start talking.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, sorry, we're on our phone.
Welcome to the Wrestling Agenda.
Looking at stuff for you guys.
We are looking up so many things. What are we talking about today?
NXT Takeover Toronto.
Canada.
I don't know what that was. Sorry.
Toronto.
We usually save it until the end to do something bad like that. To muck it all up.
Well, we'll just do a whole episode where we do bad voices. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. What do we got so far? My bad.
We got NXT Toronto coming up. I don't know why I say Toronto like that.
Toronto.
Yeah. Over there in old Canada with a bad...
Tarps off, boys.
We shouldn't,
Closers.
we shouldn't be doing this because our top fan is Canadian as hell.
Yeah, but he lives with us.
True.
Like down here.
You pointed at your crotch when you said that. I'm sorry. I just
meant.
wanted to laugh a little bit.
That's what I meant.
But yeah, NXT Takeover Toronto is going to be lit, fam.
So good.
It's going to be fucking lit.
I think it has the possibility of being the best takeover of all time.
I think it has also pay-per-view of the year written all over it.
Ooh, you think all the way to pay-per-view of the year?
Yep.
Damn. All right. Do you think it could be the best show of the year? And that's counting New Japan, Ring of Honor, PWG.
That's what I meant.
Really? You
Yep.
think it's going to be better than Wrestle Kingdom?
Yep.
You are in love with Wrestle Kingdom. Are you serious?
Oh,
wait. Are we talking the upcoming one in January or the last one since it was
The
in
last
January?
one.
Oh, okay.
Which was a really good Wrestle Kingdom.
It was, but you have a super boner for this year's one.
I do. I do. There's something about a Omega Okada match for the NJPW Heavyweight Championship that gets me really excited.
Oh, I'm sure.
But and all the shenanigans that'll go with it. But yeah, so NXT Takeover Toronto, it's going to be great. Here's why, because we know 5 matches so far.
Right.
And that might be all it is, and that might
Which
be
is
perfect.
fine.
That might be perfect.
My guess is it's going to be these 5. They're going to give them good time. So it's still going to be
That's
2
what I'm
hours.
hoping. That's why I think it's going to be fantastic. And
there'll be a dark match or a pre-show match that we won't get to see if it's anything like other takeovers.
I'm assuming it'll be Ember Moon involved or something like that. Somebody really hot right now. Or
They
No
might
Way
give-
Jose
they
to
might-
hype the crowd.
They
or
might
something
just
like
give
that.
her a match,
Maybe.
which would be smart because with how big this card is, if you need to get a woman over, Mickie James is not the woman to get over because she's over.
And Asuka's
Mickie
already
James.
over,
And Asuka's, you can't get her any more over.
Nope.
I mean, you can get her over on the main roster, but if you're sending somebody up, meaning Asuka, you better make Ember Moon look strong too.
Yep. So we have right away. We have Cody Rhodes. Ooh, that'd be awkward, huh? The Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Final.
Yeah,
God, that's a mouthful.
with the Authors of Pain.
Yep, with the Authors of Pain versus our boys TM61.
Right. Once again, amazing tag team. Shit name.
Yep. Really sold.
And that's the exact opposite.
Really
on the
sold
other
me
side.
when we saw him in Omaha. Like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
Yeah.
I didn't respect him a lot before then, and now I'm like, God, they are really, really good.
Well, yeah, they're just indie wrestlers that go hard. I mean,
And the fact that they could be in the same company as Joe Balor is pretty impressive.
yeah.
Since they won last year's.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm really, really excited for that. As a final, I think the Authors of Pain have looked nothing but destructible until they face DIY in the semifinals.
So let me get this straight. The final is those two with Paul Ellering suspended above the ring inside a cage? Because that's what it says on Wikipedia. And I understand that anyone can edit it, but the last time I said that, they changed something.
I'm trying not to laugh.
Right. Like, if that happens tomorrow, I'm sorry if I spoiled something, but I hope that's not true because that's WCW shit right there.
I doubt it, but you never know because he was the reason they won in the semifinals.
Yeah.
DIY got one up on him, and Paul Ellering did interfere for the win for the
I'm
Authors
glad
to set up
DIY.
the win for the Authors.
I didn't want DIY to win anyway.
Who
Who was going to challenge
it
the tag
wouldn't
team
have made
champions?
as good of a card.
Right,
I'll
right.
say that.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Because you knew
because
you
the
knew what it was
Revival
gonna be.
showed up as well and interfered outside the ring. They pulled
Right.
out Johnny Wrestling and gave him a DDT on the apron, on the walk outside of it.
The ramp?
Yeah, well, no,
Okay.
no, like just on the side of the ring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, more towards the fans, like where
All right.
commentators' desk are in big shows.
Yeah. Just on the mat.
Yep. And it was a pretty good one. And then they jumped in the crowd and fled.
Right.
And so that kind of set up the Authors of Pain as well. So Authors have looked really unstoppable until DIY.
I'm still not.
They were
sold.
still looking good.
I will always be sold on Paul Ellering. I'm not sold on the Authors yet.
We are going to have to go and watch NXT right after this then, because last week's NXT, Gargano, or no, who was it? I think it was Tommaso jumped on the back of one of them from the top.
Okay.
Like kind of like a weird crossbody, but it turned in, he grabbed him, had him in like a kind of a Samoan driver position or a Samoan drop position. And then Gargano jumped in crossbody, front facing crossbody into his arms, and he held them both.
Really?
And then did a combo Samoan drop fall away slam.
Wow.
It was really impressive. They looked really good.
Like, I'm not saying they're bad at what they do.
No,
They're just without Paul, they wouldn't be.
I was expecting Sanity to get over more than Authors.
It's not a Road Warriors situation. Yeah, Paul was there and Paul was their manager, but the Road Warriors were going to get over anyway because they were so in your face, just cartoon character.
Oh yeah,
villain. They were so villains that they became faces.
Yeah, I think Paul needs more time on the mic.
Paul's amazing
to really put him over.
But yes, you're right. He needs more time.
They are really unlikable and just super heelish, but they're fun. I like them a lot, especially like you have them and Sanity in the same tag division. It's pretty ridiculous because Sanity is just over the top, wacko, psycho heels.
Right.
And they're really fun to watch.
I'm surprised they're not on this card.
Which TM61 stole a match from them later on in the night.
I'm just like, why?
Imagine with Alexander Wolf. We saw him in NXT when he was just Alexander Wolf, the angry German guy.
Yeah.
Who was it Cruz that beat him?
I believe so.
It might have been Apollo Crews who beat him, but he didn't look all that impressive. And now he's looking really good.
Speaking of people that have faced Apollo Crews, what the hell happened to the Drifter?
Samson? I think he's gone.
Is he gone?
Yeah, Elias. We haven't been on programming in forever.
That sucks.
So, yeah, he hasn't been on maybe they're reworking his character
I
or
liked
something
his
like that.
character. I thought he was going to get over.
It was kind of funny.
It was funny, but he was a bad wrestler.
No, it was okay. But yeah, so Team 6-1 Authors of Pain is going to be really good.
Who do you got?
I have...
Because this is our picks, right?
This is our picks.
Okay.
Gosh.
Which we love doing.
And this is my favorite segment.
It's mine too. I wish we could pick every week, but that would get really, really hectic. Trying to pick what was going to happen on Raw with 50-50.
We'd have to do it live, too.
Well, yeah, we'd
they
have
don't
to do it live.
They don't put out the card beforehand. We'd have to do it right away.
No.
And it just doesn't get out fast enough or listened to fast enough. I would have to say... I want to say TM6 won.
Really? Okay.
Despite... Because DIY is really the only other super faces in the division.
Right.
Because you have the Revival as massive heels. Different type than the Authors or Sanity. But I think TM6-1 is where they're going to push.
Okay.
They've been around longer. They deserve it more, I think.
Okay.
So TM6-1 is where I'm leaning.
All right. I am actually going to go with the Authors of Pain.
It's not a bad pick. It was really 50-50 for me.
It's 50-50 either way. Because I think the Authors of Pain are going to win, and they're going to face whoever wins the championship next. Because whoever loses the NXT Tag Championship, I think they're going up. I think so.
I don't think so.
If it's the team that I am picking to lose, I believe they're going up. That's what I think.
With the exception of Enzo and Cass, none of the tag teams have gotten over at WWE.
From
NXT.
From NXT.
Yep.
Yeah, I understand that. But
so that's the only bummer I see.
It could
you have
suck.
the Ascension.
You're right.
Got ruined.
The Ascension was built as monsters, and they show up in the.
I guess you have Alpha too.
Alpha has got over as
kind
much
of.
As they've let them get over. They were smart enough. They were smart enough to go with the team that
slow
was.
burn. Yeah.
Well, and they were smart enough to say they got injured, and they went with the team that actually was over.
That was really smart of them. Instead of just giving Alpha the win.
That's because it wasn't Raw.
And then it makes Alpha feel more deserving
if it was
later
Raw,
on down
Alpha
the line.
would have won the tag team championships.
Yeah, agreed.
Maybe twice by now. It's
you look at like
I
the
think
VOD
it's going-
villains.
yeah,
like,
the Vaudevillains. They're another. Well,
crap.
that's they didn't get enough time.
Sin
Like they
Cara
got
and Kalisto arguably got over.
yeah. I mean, but back to Vaudevillains. The reason people thought they were going to be over is because they got over in Florida. Well, those guys get to see them 3 times a week, and it's the same people in the stands. Well, yeah, you get over with people. Like
Hulk
that.
Hogan guy, we're looking at you.
Yeah,
we're still
Hulk
mad at
Hogan
you.
guy, yeah, you're terrible.
God, do you have a job? If so, you, Coco Beware, and Kenneth Johnson against my boys Tim Ward, Cody Long, and me. I think it'd be an interesting match.
And if you're gonna
With Kenneth, the only true wrestler.
if you're gonna
Take that, Coco.
kidding. If you're gonna go with being a Hulk Hogan impersonator, learn the goddamn voice. At least attempt
Grow
it.
out a handlebar mustache, you fuck.
Don't wear fucking jean shorts.
He shows up at every NXT show now.
And he was at Mania.
he's
It's
just
the same
absurd.
guy.
Yeah.
We talked to this guy. He walked up to us and
Hey,
we're
what's
like,
going on, brother?
"Yeah, what's going on, brother? Yeah, you're
$14 million brother here.
Brother,
'Cause
brother.
He won the Gawker lawsuit right before.
Yeah."
And we're just like, oh, man. And we're all doing
And we're
like,
going, "Let me tell you something, brother." And he goes, "What's up, brother?"
did you eat your vitamins today? And he's just fucking sitting out by his Geo Metro being a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, getting a tan on.
Yep.
Like, dude, go the whole way. Like, I'm not saying, hey, do some roids, get your stuff up, but like,
No.
do an impersonation, do something.
Wear a boa. Something. Anything.
No one wants to run into someone impersonating somebody and they're just like, "Oh yeah, I just wore this because this is how I look."
Yeah.
Fuck you.
You fucking hipster. Anyway, sorry. That was a rant.
That's a rant because we met somebody that made us upset. Almost
Yep.
took down Mania.
Back on topic.
Back on topic. All right.
Second match.
Revival versus DIY. 2 out of 3 falls match for the NXT Tag Team Championship.
It's gonna be maybe match of the night. I think it could just tear the house down.
Could be match of the year, honestly.
Yeah. Because their first
out of
outing,
a year that's had so many good matches.
their
this could
first
be up
outing
there.
at Back to Brooklyn 2 was really good.
Oh, it was
It was
amazing.
a great match.
They've yet to have a bad match.
Yep.
Like, let's be honest, both sides, I would argue
Do
that
Gargano and Ciampa have a shit tag team name?
yes,
You betcha.
yes, they do.
You betcha. Do Revival have a bad theme song? I don't think so. Cody thinks so.
I make fun of it. I didn't say
Oh, okay. We go hard. We go hard all night.
It
All my
doesn't
Southern
sound.
proud
It
people
doesn't.
be ready to
I don't
fight.
think it fits a blue collar working tag team. It sounds like
fit their old persona.
you're right. But it sounds like something
Because
the
they were
Authors of
very
Pain would come out.
southern pride, denims.
Yeah, but
everything.
that doesn't even sound southern. It sounds
Yeah,
we go hard. That
yeah.
sounds like what I don't know what
Agreed.
the Authors of Pain should come out to, something like that. But
I would rather that be Sanity's music.
That too.
Because Sanity has shit music.
Right,
And I think
that's-
that's why they're not going to get over.
that's neither here nor there. They might change their music.
I hope
if they
so
get
because
called out.
I hate their theme song.
Right.
It doesn't work for them very well, I don't think.
So what do you think? What do you think's going to happen in this one, other than it
Um,
being probably match of the night?
Oh man, this is
Maybe.
really really hard.
Mm-hmm.
This is another. I'm happy either way it goes.
Yeah.
I would rather see much heavier in the last one. I'd rather see TM61 get over a lot more.
Yeah.
But I have to go with Revival.
You're going with Revival.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep Gargano and Ciampa just chasing because they are so close every time, and that's what creates it. I think.
You think?
Ooh, but I'm switching, flipping, flopping right now.
Yeah.
Gargano Ciampa win
Why is that?
because they've been so close so many times.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to give it to him at least once, I think.
Okay. The reason I'm going with Gargano and Ciampa, for the same reason I
Okay.
said before, is because I believe the Revival's going up.
It makes sense. Clink, they're top guys.
I think the Revival is either going to show up to make fun of the New Day and say you are a disgrace, or they're going to do the same thing to Heath Slater and Rhino.
I
So
bet they
you
do it to
guys are a
Heath Slater and
disgrace.
Rhino because
Right.
the club already kind of fills that purpose.
I hope so. but-
right, and it still hasn't happened.
Right, it still hasn't happened.
It's
We
annoying.
want the club to win
be
everything.
good.
We want anything that happened in New Japan.
We
that
want
was
monster
awesome.
heels to get over sometimes.
Yeah.
To make things much better for the face to chase.
I want Carl Anderson to win a goddamn match.
I want Luke Gallows to wear face paint again.
Also, I
He was
believe that.
scary as shit with that stuff on.
Yeah. I want them to get new music. I want a
I'm
lot
okay
of
with
things
their
to happen.
music. I'm okay with it. It's not-
Bullet Club.
Full.
That's what it should be. I don't care how much money you have to pay. If you have a partnership with New Japan,
Full life.
yeah. But if you have a partnership, like, oh, we will mention you, and we're gonna recognize all the accolades your wrestlers got with you guys, but we're not gonna recognize anybody else's. Let us use your music, and we'll even put a joint pay-per-view on or something.
I don't know what they don't see in them. They're so good, and it breaks my heart.
Dude,
it breaks my heart because they're gonna be on the pre-show for
serious.
Survivor Series.
I'm
Oh, no,
serious
they're not.
here.
They're in the tag title. I
Right,
forgot.
right.
Duh.
I'm serious.
Oh,
right
they'd be
now.
in the pre-show.
If whoever's
It's
running
shitty.
SmackDown, Triple H is talking to that one. Triple H might be running SmackDown because it's working
It's
with.
Ryan writing it, but
Well, I know, but it's working with less talent. But I swear to God, if Vince McMahon doesn't like somebody, they're done.
Yeah.
And I feel like Vince McMahon doesn't like the club. He doesn't understand them. He's never watched anything from somewhere else.
yeah,
He just doesn't get it.
I snapped my fingers and pointed at Cody. That's because we got off topic again.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so we both have
We get off topic.
Gargano and Ciampa.
Yes. And can I say one thing real quick?
Yeah.
As much as I love Ciampa,
Mhm.
he's the Marty Jannetty of this group. I believe that Gargano will go on to be a megastar, and Ciampa will be a mid-carder.
I think
As much as
I think he's
I
gonna
love
be
both
the,
of them.
I think he's the Ricky, the Dragon Steamboat.
You think he's the Dragon?
I think he is. I think he is so damn good, and they're not gonna see it. He strikes like he's a new.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like-
His strikes are believable. That is
Yeah.
the one thing that always bugs me about WWE programming, is because of the road heavy schedule, they prefer light stuff.
Like The Miz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when we watched tonight, and they're like, "Oh, those are some good yes kicks." No, they're shit. Look at Shibata.
They were even laughing at him. though.
Yeah, look at Shibata and anybody he does. He fucking wrecks.
Right. Daniel used to wreck people.
Yeah, it's
Tajiri used to wreck people.
fun to see that. Coda does the same thing now. Like
yeah.
it's
I
a
just-
lot more believable, and it's a lot. We know it's fake.
We
obviously know.
Oh
it's
yeah,
fake.
we know it's staged.
Yeah.
I will never say
Not
wrestling's
fake. Yeah, that felt gross coming out of my.
It's staged and
Yeah, and it's choreographed, but at the same time, I want to be totally immersed in that.
'Cause
And when
there's-
you're throwing a kick 6 inches away from a dude, I'm not
and
buying
he
it.
sells it like it's the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, but when I see Shibata kick someone in the face and their face like completely contorts and shifts with the boot, I'm like, that was a real kick.
How about Shinsuke almost blinding Austin Aries?
Yeah.
Like, that's like I get it. Like, okay, that was dangerous because it was a botched move, but that should be a possibility.
Yeah, if there's not an
I'm
element
not
of risk
asking
there, I
these
want.
wrestlers to put their lives on the line, but
No.
they've already agreed to do that
Agreed.
because it's their like. If it
And
makes
the
it look
rosters are
good
so deep right now. I
Yeah.
don't mind people missing for a little bit.
for a little bit,
Yeah,
and it
for
gives
6 months, a year.
much
Like
much needed.
Hideo's out again. Otherwise, he would be in this card as well. Him and Aries would have fucking finished up, but now they're both hurt. But it's because they put on a really good product all the time, and it's a really believable and harsh product.
But back to what I said.
Yeah,
it's
please.
not that Ciampa's not amazing and he's a good character. But
So believable.
let me rephrase it. He is the Christian to Gargano's Edge.
I agree with that because Christian was also a fantastic talent.
Yes.
Yep, and he was.
That's what I'll go with.
And he
I
was.
will- I will
and he
throw
was
away the
also
Marty
a.
Jannetty
And he
comment.
was a really, really good singles performer until he also got hurt.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, Edge and Christian just. Oh my god, just
Yep.
the best.
One of the
Still
greatest
love him.
tag teams of all time.
Oh yeah, because they were both amazing people outside. Like when they can do their own thing.
Yeah. They're funny.
Yep.
That's rare.
Well, they were also talented performers. Like you could. Christian went and won TNA title twice. I believe.
He was face.
Like, he was-
the face of TNA. for a
Yeah,
while
he
there.
was fantastic at it too. And then both of them got tragically cut short by injury,
Yeah.
which really sucks. But like at the same time, it was their legacy cemented in my mind.
Yeah. All right. On to
Yes, please. Sorry,
What
I'll
I
talk
think-
again.
what I think is the match I'm most excited for. I don't know if it's going to be the best match of the night, but it's the one I am excited for. That's Bobby Roode versus Ty Dillinger.
Styles lineup, everything's perfect about this match to me.
Yes.
the build-up has been correct.
Yes.
It's been kind of virally feeling.
Yes.
It hasn't been overbearing or in your face.
Yes.
It's just been really great build up, and I love everything about it.
Perfect.
And it hasn't had a long time to build up either, but it just feels like it's just boiling right now. I love it.
And
I think this is 1, too. I think they're going to have 2 or 3.
I think this is going to be a title match at some point. I think maybe 7, 8 months down the road, I believe this is the NXT Championship
I think
match.
Ty gets the title from Shinsuke.
You think Ty is going to get it before Bobby?
Yep.
Wow. I hope so.
Ty's put in the work. He's taken the pins.
I see.
He's gotten so freaking over.
I see Bobby taking it first. Listen, that's neither here nor there. That's future.
Anyway.
That's future booking.
Yep.
Who do you got in this one?
Ty Dillinger.
Yeah, Ty
He's
Dillinger.
my boy.
I also have the perfect 10 Ty Dillinger.
Yes!
I will never.
I never thought you were going to say that. I thought you were going to say Bobby Roode for sure.
I can't
I'm
root
leaning
against
like
him.
I'm
I can't
leaning
root against him.
80-20 on this. It's believable if Bobby wins, but it's going to break my heart because I want Ty to get over so hard.
Ty
and
Dillinger
this is
needs
where
it
he
more.
can.
Ty needs it more.
Agreed. And Ty is still to that point where he needs that signature win, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's gotten a bunch.
Bobby Roode could lose this, and the next week on NXT challenge for the championship, and no one will have a problem with it.
I would.
But it would still be believable
Yeah,
because it's still Bobby Roode.
I know. But I want the perfect 10 so bad.
I understand. You don't want him to win at a rival or the end. You want it to be Takeover Orlando.
Exactly.
That's what you want him to win at.
I think you want him to win a monster card like this and just to just make it that much more
card's
special.
going to be big too.
It's going to freak me out. Oh, yeah.
That's probably going to have some New Japan stars on it. Just like when they brought in Jushin Liger for the first
Oh,
Brooklyn.
my God. Jushin Thunder
That was
Liger.
for one match.
They're bringing Mickey this time. Is that comparable? I don't know.
No.
But yeah, so Ty Dillinger, both have that. Both have DIY split on the final of the Dusty Rhodes Classic so far, right?
Are we split? Is that what you said?
Yeah, on the Dusty Rhodes final.
Yes, because I took
Okay,
authors.
that's what I thought.
You took TM.
Sorry, I was just trying to remember where we were at.
Right now, that's the only match that we don't agree on.
Awesome. Awesome.
Up now is Asuka, the NXT Women's Champion, versus Mickie James, a longtime wrestler and multiple-time Women's Championship in multiple different organizations.
Yep. Mickey Big Country James.
Hardcore country.
Hardcore. Big Country.
Big Country is a UFC star.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a big old boy.
Yeah.
Oh, well. I
On
got
3?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Asuka. Yeah.
Yep. As much as I love Mickie James,
And I think it's going to be a fantastic match.
it should be. It should be.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really good, but I got Asuka all the way. She's pure dominance. She's the Shinsuke of the women's division. She needs to keep this streak alive.
Yeah.
And this is how you do it against a superstar like Mickey.
The only way I will be okay if Mickey wins the championship, if it means Asuka's going up, and that means Mickey is the mentor to the younger women's division to get them ready.
Agreed. Which they already have at the Performance Center.
Right, they already have
In
that as
spades.
a trainer,
Yeah.
but there's nobody there except for Asuka to show them the ins and outs of the ring while being in the ring. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
And because Mickey's been everywhere. And I don't know. That's the only way I'll be okay with it.
Yep. I think.
And because I want Asuka on the main roster. But
Yep. I think it's
can
going to be
wait.
really good.
I can wait for that.
So yep. So we both have Asuka then.
Both of Asuka.
Yep. Okay. Well, shut and close that one then. On to the main fight, the main event of the evening.
Samoa Joe versus our champion, Nakamura Shinsuke.
Not my champion. I'm just joking.
You can go first.
Oh man, I think it's Shinsuke.
Think it's Shinsuke.
Yep.
You gonna keep going, or
I'm thinking.
it's awesome to just say.
I'm still
Shinsuke.
thinking, and I just blurted out a name.
Yeah.
But I'm also what I'm trying to do is compare how the card's gone so far.
Okay.
I think if it goes authors, I think you have Shinsuke.
Okay.
Let me rephrase. I think if it goes authors and Bobby Roode, it goes Shinsuke. I think if it goes TM61
I think you're
and Ty
looking too far
Dillinger,
into
it goes
this, man.
Samoa Joe.
I think you're looking too far into this, man. It's an NXT card, man. Everybody likes everybody. The fans aren't going to be upset if anybody wins.
No.
Like this is, and the story
and the build-up has been really good for this one as well. Like Samoa Joe has been nothing but a danger and an animal.
Yeah.
And Shinsuke has been nothing
Tyson
but goofy and fun and kind of fierce.
A goofy assassin.
Yeah.
He'll make you laugh and then kick your fucking head off.
Yeah, and then he
That's Austin Aries.
and then he broke 6 security guards on NXT.
Yep.
The whole time going, "Aye!" just murdering them. Doing it a lot better than old Bill Goldberg did. So,
well, that's neither.
I'm gonna say Shinsuke.
You're gonna go with Shinsuke?
Yeah.
I am actually gonna pick Samoa Joe because I think Shinsuke is gonna be in the Rumble coming up. Hopefully, brought up before that.
I think he shows up at the Rumble as well. But I think he shows up
You're
with
right.
the title around his waist.
There should be a takeover the day before Rumble, though.
Yep. I think he shows up with the title around his waist. Throwing that out there. Future booking.
You know, I think I think the only person that was okay for was Kevin. Because he's a prize fighter and he wanted his next prize. I think it cheapens it if Shinsuke comes in. Because then it makes it look like, well, he's not going to win. He's champion. I don't know. Here's a weird thing. How about Samoa Joe wins and joins the Authors of Pain? And it's a new faction.
That'd get them a lot more over, I believe. But yeah. I think Joe is just so good on his own. He doesn't need it. I think it's great.
He doesn't need it. I know he doesn't need it. But the Authors do. Samoa and Paul Ellering.
The thing
mentoring
is
those
that
two young guys.
Joe is just in his prime as well to bring up. And
I know. I believe Joe can come up just as easily. I believe the person that loses comes up.
Yeah, I think most of this main roster can just come up. Like, we're in the same spot we were before the brand split. Like, we're like, oh, Finn and all these guys and Alpha and Alexa and all these guys are ready to go up. And I think it's the same situation.
It's close to the same situation. We both sat here.
They're consistently bringing in amazing talent.
I know.
So,
but we both sat here and we said, well, what the hell is NXT going to do? But then we sat there and we're like, all right, they got Ty Dillinger. They just signed Bobby Roode. Eric Young's going to come in. They still have Samoa.
And Eric Young has a fantastic heel faction right now that I think can club it up down there. I think they can literally pull a club-like mentality.
It could be.
Where she is holding, I can't remember her name. They've said it 10 times and I always forget.
It's okay.
Where I think she holds the women's title. Those guys hold the tag title. Fulton and Wolf hold the tag titles. And our boy runs the table and he has the heavyweight championship.
Yeah.
Well, the NXT championship, excuse me. I think that's a hell of a program. And that's a way to get a faction over.
I'm moving back to the women's championship. How do you have Asuka, who's not supposed to lose? Same with Shinsuke. Not supposed to lose because they're just that damn good.
They're that damn good.
How do you have them lose and then come up with the same mystique?
I don't know.
Of not losing.
Yeah, you have to make them as
do you
dominant
think they just
and great. Yeah.
Do they just drop the championship?
But at the same time, you can't have Joe go on a huge losing turf either.
Well, I know.
As big of an animal and as threatening as he always is, you just can't have him be losing all the time, which is what he did to Finn, too, until he finally won.
Yeah, but Finn was different. Finn had
and he didn't get to
matches.
hold it very long. So
Finn had lost matches. Shinsuke...
Not for that title. He held that forever.
I know, but like he had lost before. And he had lost non-title matches. But Shinsuke hasn't lost. Has he? Singles? Yeah, and
no.
Asuka hasn't lost. So
no.
That's the problem with streaks. They face the same thing with Goldberg, Ryback, Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley. All the guys they put streaks on.
Yeah, it neutered Lashley. It neutered Ryback when they lost. But you also have to have them lose at some point too.
It's a razor's edge because it'll shoot you to the top, but the second you lose, it can shoot you straight back down.
Agreed.
That's the scary thing with this, because if you want Shinsuke to still be Shinsuke, you almost have to have him win for the next ever until he retires. But
I'm fine with that.
Well, I am too. But that means he stays in NXT.
And because it turns him into John Cena.
Yeah, but it's not.
And I'm not talking cool Dr. Thugonomics John Cena.
Yeah.
I'm talking like Make a wish, John Cena.
I understand that. And John Cena would still be cool if he wasn't such a fucking nerd out there. Stone Cold didn't lose a lot. Remember how awesome he was?
Yeah.
Forever. He's still the man. He's still the man.
And I think Shinsuke and Asuka both still need time for their English for the main roster for them to work.
Yeah.
They're great. They're getting they're leaps and bounds compared to where they were 2 months ago.
Oh, yeah.
They're fantastic. They're
You talk too much.
Oh my God, it was lethal. And then she just murdered her. She murdered Nia Jax, who is a monster right now. Like,
Who's a sweetheart.
oh my God. Yeah, who's actually a really nice lady.
From what I've heard,
Yeah.
never met her. Everyone
But I
says
can
she's a
assume
sweetheart.
she is just the nicest lady.
I mean, you could tell when what's her face, Alicia Fox, hit her with a box and like almost started crying because she felt bad. She's like, "Oh my God,
Yeah.
I'm sorry I hit you, Nia, sweetheart."
Yeah, and then you have Shinsuke who showed up and he was like, Sami Zayn,
See you in Dallas.
see you in Dallas.
I must face icon.
Yeah. Yeah, and he has gotten a million times better since then. And so has she. But I think for them to work on the main roster, they're going to need to be Funaki levels.
Like that low on the card? Is that what you're talking about?
Funaki,
Oh,
no,
English.
Funaki
English.
level English.
Got you.
Where Funaki was very understandable.
Why don't they just have Funaki be their manager?
Because I don't need managers.
I
that
understand
simple.
they don't, but then they don't have to talk.
I know. But then they turn into a prize fighter like Brock Lesnar.
Who's over? Was over.
Meh.
He's not over because they keep book him against people that no one wants to cheer for Brock Lesnar for.
They keep booking him in these awesome, pristine matches, and he keeps going, I'll give it a 2-star.
Well, he's not. He's completely forgot how to wrestle because he doesn't care anymore because he's getting paid to suplex people.
Old school Brock Lesnar I loved. Don't get me wrong. This
Old
turns
school-
into another Brock
yes.
Lesnar thing where I talk about how much bitch about how much I hate Brock Lesnar now. And I think it's because I loved early, like, SummerSlam.
He was a wrestler. He was a good professional wrestler.
SummerSlam where he's in the commercial, he fucking F5's the animated
A shark.
shark.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. And he was the coolest guy. And now he's just some douchebag.
Face Brock Lesnar was one of my favorite wrestlers. When he turned on Paul Heyman,
Oh, yeah.
it might have been vice versa, but still, that was amazing.
Yeah, and now he's just like the guy who comes out and
Because it
says,
was Goldberg.
He
It was
says
the next
something
Goldberg.
shocking that breaks the fourth wall, like "fuck the kids" or something
Yeah.
dumb like that.
I'm going to eat his
But he-
fucking lunch.
Yeah, but he sounds
I'm
fucking
his worst fucking nightmare.
Yeah, but he sounds like a fucking idiot doing it, and that's the problem. Like, but he needs a Paul Heyman right now to
He
talk
needs-
for him. But
He needs something.
I don't think Shinsuke and Asuka need it. I know.
I think Brock needs to go away.
yeah.
Come
Oh
back.
yeah.
Come back for Mania to face
Well-
some random person.
We'll mention that in our next podcast, which is all about Survivor Series picks.
yeah.
Yeah, I think Asuka and Shinsuke do the old clean sweep and they stay down there for a little longer. I
I'm
would
still sticking with Joe because I think Shinsuke's coming.
I'm so terrified because so many people I thought would work out on the main roster have had to struggle to get any recognition. Apollo Crews, who was really good in NXT.
He wasn't ready. I thought he was ready. He didn't have enough mic work to be ready.
And they he's not over. You see somebody like Baron Corbin, who I thought was ready, not ready.
No, he wasn't ready.
Who
He's
else?
not ready. He can't talk any. He's not that great at wrestling. He's an amazing.
Carmella
finisher.
is somebody who's turned around really fast.
Yeah.
Same with Alexa
And
Bliss.
Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, they've turned around.
They were ready to go.
They have turned around incredibly fast. Arguably Nia Jax as well.
Nia Jax is up there. I'm a little upset with how Bayley has went.
I'm not because she gets over. She hijacked a show in Glasgow,
Right.
which was awesome, and it made me so friggin' happy because that's the way she deserves to be treated every time.
Right. And the one thing I guess that I keep coming back to is
The booking is killing her.
Well, it is the booking, but the reason Bayley was so loved in NXT is because she started from the bottom and was screwed over for years and then finally got there.
Yep.
And
Well, she had a main roster debut, and then she got sent back down, didn't she?
yeah.
Yeah, like
Are you talking about when she tag teamed with Sasha? And
Yeah.
got sent back down for 8 more months?
yeah.
Yeah.
But then
And-
she was the hottest thing on the planet for that time.
Yeah. And I mean, if they're going to try to recreate that and have her go from the bottom to the top again, that's okay.
Yeah, and I know this is becoming an analysis show as well.
Yeah.
But hell, we got some time, so
Yeah. It could possibly be a Daniel Bryan situation.
But yeah, you look at guys like Tyler Breeze or Bo Dallas.
Yeah.
Who had kind of Tyler Breeze, not so much. Bo Dallas had a much more complicated character.
Yeah.
But they were over as hell. Guys like Neville, over as hell. And then they can't get over at all on the main roster because of booking or...
Well, Neville,
bad
first of all,
decisions.
Neville should be in the Cruiserweight division.
Agreed.
And
he should be champion.
He should have been the star.
He
should
should
have
have
been in the Cruiserweight Classic.
Agreed.
But
I
Tyler
don't
Breeze...
think he should have won the CWC, but he should
No,
definitely
I'm not
be
saying he
champion.
should have won. He
Yeah.
should have been in it.
He should be on SmackDown instead of Kalisto fighting for it right now.
Yes.
I think him and Brian Kendrick's a much better match than Brian Kendrick Kalisto.
Yes. The problem with Breeze is his character was so complex and so unique that you needed to hate him to appreciate him, that the second they brought him to the main roster and just threw him straight into whatever storyline he was already in, the fans didn't understand.
Yeah, and they're not getting screen time. He's getting a lot better screen time with Breezango,
Which,
since the brand split's
thank
helped him,
God.
which is good because Breezango is one of those guys I think should have been, or Breezango, Fandango
Yeah.
is one of those guys who kind of should. He had the opposite effect. He got way too pushed way too early,
Well,
and it messed up his character, like beating Jericho, and he's still a joke.
well,
but-
it's because they changed his character right after to being a face and dancing with the crowd. I mean,
kind of a poor man no ways Jose.
well, I would say it's the other way around, but yeah. One of those men has a victory over Chris Jericho at WrestleMania.
You're not wrong.
You know, the thing that
Like I said,
AJ
it's a
Styles couldn't
joke.
get.
Yeah, like I said, it's kind of a joke. It's weird.
Right. Which it was at a very bad WrestleMania as well.
Yeah, so
It
I
was
don't know.
at 29, I believe, or 28.
One of those.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what terrifies me about someone like Shinsuke going up. I think Shinsuke is going to be fine. But like somebody like Asuka going up or somebody like Ty Dillinger going up. Like I think Ty Dillinger's charismatic as fuck too. So I think he's going to get over just fine. But like it's really scary.
I think Ty will get over. I don't think Ty will rest until he gets over.
Agreed.
I think Asuka will get over as well because for some reason the women's division has got more focus on wrestlers
Yep.
than the men's, which is weird.
The problem is that the women's divisions on both the shows are a lot more chatty than the ones on NXT. Like a much more character-based talk kind of thing.
Yeah.
And like, which is why Natty doesn't get over, is because she's a hell of an in-ring talent.
Oh, yeah.
She's just a dreadful actor. Whereas Asuka is an amazing in-ring talent and a kind of unproven actor.
Well, maybe they go with a complete change of pace where she walks out. If they want to leave,
I wanna see
if
her
they
and
want to
Natty.
leave the mask on, they can. She walks out,
Ooh.
kicks the shit out of him, walks out, doesn't say a fucking word, doesn't say a word for months.
Very Nia
Like
Jax
a Sting,
of SmackDown.
like a Sting 97, 98 situation
Okay.
where he dropped down, hit someone with a bat, go back up
Right
into the
back up.
rafters. So one of those situations. Goldberg
like it.
didn't talk for the first 2 months he was kicking people's ass.
Yep.
He walked in, just kind of shrugged, spear, jackhammer, done. I'm walking back.
Yep.
If it's something like that, it can work. And then it doesn't matter what she says.
Yep.
Because she'll be over. And then the second she says something, unless she says something stupid that makes no sense, she's fine. Same with Shinsuke.
And they
I
don't
know.
take her in a racist direction, which I've been very
They've
bad
been
about.
good. They've been better.
As of recently, they've been
As of
better.
recently.
But they have an awful
Like-
track record with Asians.
Yeah, they do have an awful track record with
Yep.
Asians. I mean, they have an awful track record with
Shinsuke's
people that aren't white.
music is very Asian inspired.
It is.
But it's amazing and it's perfect. Asuka's isn't, which is good. But you look at like someone like Tajiri had really like kind of a weird
Tajiri wasn't as bad as Kai and Tai.
no
Kai
or
and Tai was
Funaki.
because he was part of Kai and Tai.
Yeah.
That was very, very
I always forget that.
racist.
Why,
as shit. It was
never put
Funaki,
with him.
Taka Michinoku, another Asian wrestler,
Yep.
and the leader.
Because they were the ones that were like
Choppy your
yeah,
PP.
Yeah,
Yep.
to Val Venus with a katana.
Yep, they're going to cut his dick off.
God, that was just
Yeah,
bad.
people that always say that the Attitude Era was the greatest era do
I
not
point to that
remember
kind of
those
stuff.
things.
Yeah.
I remember those
Our
things.
era
And
has not had that yet. I say our era because this feels like one for the fans. We'll do one.
I will still stick with Ruthless Aggression, but this one's getting there.
Yeah.
Ruthless Aggression is still my number one.
Yeah, and I don't know when the era will officially be over. I guess we'll probably notice.
It'll never be over. Like
But,
like the PG era is what they call it. We're still PG.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We're going to have to talk about that on our Christmas special.
Christmas special.
Yeah. It's going to be really exciting. We're going to have our the Wrestling Agenda Awards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We haven't had trophies made or anything yet.
Well, no. Because we'd send them to them, and then they just send them back and be like, "Hey, quit mailing."
Yeah, with like a turd in the box too, probably. But that's fine. We're gonna mail them anyway. If you guys know a cheap trophy guy, let us know.
Or if you just want to give us some.
Yeah, we're just gonna put duct tape on stuff.
Bowling ones work.
Oh my god, that'd be great. But yeah, we're gonna be doing top fives. We're gonna be doing wrestlers.
I love lists.
Both male, female, and tag teams.
Okay.
So it's gonna be
everywhere,
and it's an everywhere thing, not just WWE. We're going to TNA. We're going to Ring of Honor. We're going to New Japan.
Present
we're going
day
to
or past
PWG.
time?
We're going to CZW. Will they win any awards? We'll find out.
No, they won't. Sorry, Sawzall forehead.
I don't think so. But maybe.
No.
I watch their stuff on YouTube sometimes. It's not always dreadful. It's not good. WCPW. Well, we have to ship a trophy internationally.
Maybe they've got some good stuff, and I mean
Matches as well. Sorry, I knew there was a fourth category I wanted to hit. Matches as well. It's going to be a Christmas extravaganza.
It's going to be
friends.
a huge argument from both sides.
Yep, this is going to be a crazy long, maybe 2-part episode. But so just a crazy Christmas special coming at you guys.
Yeah.
The Agenda Awards. See, we don't really have a good.
Agendies?
The agendies.
That sounds like.
What do you call things that are put on an agenda?
That I don't know.
Like a note, I guess.
I don't know.
Here's a note. That sounds like shit.
We're
gonna have to find something.
We can call them the Stiffies.
If you have a good name, if you have a good name, send it to us for these actually really marquee awards.
Songs, not thongs, things.
Oh, you're Googling stuff? Just the weirdest images show up.
I just Googled thongs on agenda. But yeah, if anyone listens, sorry we get off topic all the time, but
what we do.
We think it's better that way.
I find it ironic we're named the Wrestling Agenda,
And
but we always get off topic.
Yeah, I mean that's what we do. Agendas. Agendum? Plural of agendum is agenda. Did not know that. Guess what? English.
Crazy. You said agina.
A
I was like,
giant?
wow.
Feed me my Nia Jax. Yep. That's what Stone Cold says. Feed me
man.
Nia Jax.
But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this NXT analysis / picking
Yep.
for NXT Takeover Toronto. It's going to be a blast of a show. Make sure you tune in on the network. It's at 7 Eastern here, or 6:30 Eastern.
And it's only
Or
$9.99.
7 Eastern. Yeah, it's only $9.99, guys, but it's exclusive as hell.
It's not. How much yen is the New Japan World?
995.
Wow.
It works out to like 909 in US. $9.09. It's pretty good.
Yen. Yeah. Next episode, we're going to be talking about Survivor Series.
Survivor
correct?
Series. Maybe better than Takeover? We'll let you know. You have to tune into the next agenda.
Doubtful, but we'll see.
I keep messing up my words tonight. Agenda.
So,
Oh, well. As always,
Tim can be upset later.
I've been Kyle.
I'm Cody.
Check us out on Twitter at WAKyle316 and WACodyLong.
That's also me.
Find us on SoundCloud, YouTube. Sometimes we have exclusive SoundCloud episodes.
Sometimes.
Like our Hall of Fame that ran over an hour.
Oh.
So, yeah, hit us up. Let us know what you're thinking about NXT Takeover Toronto and the state of NXT.
Maybe slide into our DMs.
Slide into those DMs.
They're going to be lit.
Yep. As always, that's all that we've had on the agenda tonight.
What?
Dawn Breaker, play us out.
You piece of trash.